Hey guys, I'm Charlie Kessler, and this is my video for my health research speech. I'm doing the topic on oral cancer, and the behavior I want to see modified is medical checkup procrastination. I believe it's in the public's best interest to shine a light on the need for routine checkups and taking preventative maintenance measures seriously. There are a great many preventable diseases out there that simply get out of control just because people refuse to go get checked out. I've always been a really bad about seeing a doctor because I know it's always going to be bad news. But in my case, I'm glad I didn't. I lost part of my tongue and some of my face earlier this year due to oral cancer. As a matter of fact, I got some pictures for you. As a matter of fact, this is what my tongue looked like. Let me pull it up. For the most part, this isn't my tongue, but it looked just like this. And I knew it wasn't right, so I saw the doc. If people are more willing to go see a doctor when their body's telling them something's wrong, then more people would have a decent shot at stopping medical issues before they get out of hand. Like I said, specifically, I want to see the CDC focus on oral cancer. As a recent cancer survivor, I found a particular bond with other survivors and found the choice of the health topic really easy to come upon. I was diagnosed with what they call squamous cell carcinoma of the tongue early this spring. Getting over my trepidation about seeing a doctor and getting to see a checkup was necessary, although uneasy. I fall into a category of patients that you don't really want to be part of. More and more people under the age of 40 are getting oral cancer, and they don't have any of the traditional risk factors like drinking to excess or using tobacco products or, Fortunately for me, there was that little voice in my head that said, "Hey, dumbass, you need to go see the doctor. This thing on your tongue isn't right. You better get it checked out." I ended up losing 20% of my tongue. Now it's even less. Your tongue actually regenerates, but he told me to expect to lose about a quarter. They ended up taking about 15 to 20%. And now that my tongue's regenerated a bit, I bet you I'm down to about a 10% loss. But they opened up my neck. You see here? Actually, I got a better picture of this. I took a selfie when I was still in the hospital. Check it out. Still had tubes hanging out of me and stuff. But let's see if those scars are still here. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yeah, I probably would have lost more than I did. I probably wouldn't have survived if I hadn't gotten checked out early. So you got to go get checked early. In the instances of oral cancer, the only real method of getting rid of it is excising the tumor. You can manage it through aggressive chemotherapy and radiation, but if the tumor can be cut out, it should. Like I said, they opened up my neck, they took some of my tongue, and they took some of my teeth. But you know what? I survived it, and it's okay. I know some people that have had the same cancer, but were not as proactive about the treatment, and they did not fare as well as I did. Sometimes surgery is not an option, but the thing is, if you get checked out, you got a better chance of surviving it. And if you don't, then you can end up dying a pretty horrible freaking death. I think the CDC should target adults between the ages of 30 and 80. I realize it's a pretty wide margin, but it used to be they really only check out guys that were older. But now, like I say, there's a demographic of people that are younger that don't have traditional risk factors that are getting it. That's me. I think he started around the age of 30 because people under 30 may not be as busy, in life. I mean, I'm sure they are, but people that are in the 30-plus range are usually in the throes of domestic life, as well as having a thriving career. There's studies that suggest that people under the age of 40 are on the rise for oral cancer diagnosis, like I said. There does seem to be a correlation between between these cancer cases and a mutation of the HPV virus, specifically the HPV-16 virus. As a matter of fact, and I quote, HPV is one of the leading causes of oral pharyngeal cancers, primarily the tonsils, tonsillar crypt, and the base of the tongue. A very small number in the front of the mouth, oral cavity cancers. HPV-16 is the version most responsible and affects both males and females, according to the Oral Cancer Foundation, a publication in 2018. I'm of the opinion that a traditional appeal to fear campaign would be very effective, especially in the inclusion of graphic imagery, such as what I just showed you. There's some really horrible stuff out there on tumor resection and neck dissection stuff. I made the mistake of looking up a video of the same neck dissection they did to me. And not the exact one they did, but the same sort of thing. And it's horror flick kind of stuff. Appealing to a sense of disgust is a very powerful motivator. And if you're trying to convince somebody to seek alternatives rather than facing how bad cancer can get, showing them graphic imagery is a very powerful motivator. As a matter of fact, what was his name? Tannenbaum, in a publication in 2015, says, and I quote, "An efficacy message is a statement that assures message recipients that they are capable of performing the fear appeals recommended actions, like self-efficacy, and or that performing the recommended actions will result in desirable consequences, also known as response efficacy. If the CDC put more effort into discovering the root cause of oral cancer, then people would have a fighting chance of eradicating. I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd have to contend with such a monster, and I don't dip, drink, smoke, anything like that. But it happened to me. And there might be some genetic link that can predict the possibility of cancer, but without further research, we may never find it. Until that time, I think the only thing that's effective really is inspection and getting out there and taking your health seriously. Thank you.